Hi, everybody. Welcome to WCA Extras, our live desk streaming show, kicking off every day around 9:15. Wanted to loop in our Laura Ullman. She just recently covered this thing called the Kids Code, Vermont Kids Code. Just passed the Senate onto the House. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, or maybe missed your coverage last night, kind of just run me through what this bill is and what it'll do for kids across Vermont.
Right, John. So S69 is an age-appropriate design code bill. Its intention is to sort of cap the rising rates of teen and child suicide and depression. What it really does, though, if it were to pass through the House as well, would be it would have provisions that notifications would be turned off from about midnight to 6 a.m. Children wouldn't be able to receive messages from unknown adults in an effort to prevent sex trafficking. And it would also stop these companies that would be apps like Instagram or Facebook or TikTok from monetizing the data that they collect from children, which data is sometimes sold to advertisers, which can make the algorithm more addicting.
Yeah, so obviously it's really essentially just more, roadblocks for, I guess, bad actors or whatever you want to call them. To keep kids safe online. So I guess the future for it now is going to the House. Has to get voted on there. In the past, and then before getting to the governor's desk, the governor has shot down some other cybersecurity things. What are the outlook on that as far as getting up to the top of the state house?
Right. So the Democrats who proposed it in their press conference yesterday said that this is a bipartisan bill. I did speak to Senator Russ Ingalls yesterday, who was opposed to it. And I'm sure that there are some other Republicans who may be opposed to it. But in large, it's widely supported. I think people really want to protect kids from these data miners. And it will, or it may get to the governor's desk. He did veto a bill last year that had to do with more data protections. It wasn't just for kids. This bill is sort of aimed just at kids. He did veto, like I said, a similar bill last year, but I'm not exactly sure if he will this year. I haven't reached out to the governor about that, but I don't know if it's going to pass through the House either, but it may.
No, absolutely. I think we'll have to wait and see, of course. But we'll play this in just a sec to kind of give her a better idea of what this entails and what it could mean for kids online in the future. So, but Laura, thanks so much for hopping on. It was kind of a quick one, but just get a better idea of what this could entail. But thanks so much,
John, and everyone enjoy the package.
Yeah. Again, that was Laura coming on real quick just to. Briefly tell us about this Kids Code bill. So let's get it up.
This is a bill that fundamentally is about the protection, the well-being, the safety, and the mental health of our young people.
The Kids Code bill would require social media apps to set privacy at the highest level for children. That means data collected from children can't be sold to advertisers. It would block push notifications from midnight to 6 a.m., and it would also block messages from unknown adults to decrease risks of sex trafficking.
My generation deserves better, and it is up to our lawmakers to hold these companies accountable.
Data from the Centers for Disease Control shows a spike of suicide and depression from young girls starting around the time Facebook and Instagram became commonplace. Legislators opposed to the bill say its language doesn't prevent these health concerns.
Because it really doesn't do what it's purported to do. It is not a kids code bill. This is a bill that is written by trial lawyers to sue businesses that don't have the capabilities to defend themselves very well.
Just some coverage there from our Laura Ullman on the Kids Code bill. You can see more of that on WCAX.com. Of course, we'll continue to follow this too, on what the future holds for the bill too. But switching gears here, let's take a look at satellite and radar. We're walking into a couple days now where we have a lot more mild temperatures.
Oh, yes.
A little more he's a humid.
I wouldn't go that far. The
Yeah.
dew points are creeping up. One thing
Yeah.
I will say about the dew points is the dew points are creeping up in that Saturday, Sunday time frame. One thing
A lot of
about those
rain.
mild dew points is it will actually really accelerate the snow melt that we're talking about. So that's
Yeah.
something that we'll be watching here in that Sunday to Monday timeline for some potential river flooding. Right now it all does look pretty minor, but again, something that we definitely want to watch kind of closely here as we head through the latter half of the weekend and into the start of next week.
Yeah, and Peter, I think I'd be remiss without talking about something I did not see on my drive into work, which is the what do you call it? The worm moon.
Well, we had
Hold
the
on.
full worm moon,
Yep.
but to go along with it, it was a lunar eclipse.
Yes.
Which also meant that it was a blood moon as well.
I was going to call it the blood worm moon, and I was like, it's not right.
full blood worm moon or something.
Okay. We can workshop that.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
a blood moon because it had that reddish hue to it. The reason it gets that red hue is the Earth is obviously going between the sun and the moon.
Yeah.
And the bulk of any daylight, I shouldn't say any daylight, the bulk of any sunshine that's making it through the Earth is going through the Earth's atmosphere.
Okay.
The Earth's atmosphere then provides that red hue onto the moon. So that's why it had that red hue during the eclipse hours today.
Yeah, so it's not just cursed.
It's not just cursed
No
because
voodoo.
Even by the time we got into show, we were back to that normal
it was great.
moon color.
We had so many great pictures sent into us, and then we take the cam, and it's just just the normal moon.
Just the normal moon.
Yeah.
Yep. Once the eclipse ended, we were just back to that normal full worm moon, but nonetheless pretty nice.
Yeah.
And speaking of pretty nice, today, tomorrow, all looking really quite nice. Again, the view on satellite and radar showing really nothing but a whole lot of blue skies and sunshine out there. How about a live look outside across the area? Burlington, Linden, Middlebury, Rutland, really all showing the same blue skies and sunshine. Temperatures here, most of us starting off the day in the 20s and 30s. However, notice Burlington already creeping up to 42. We got 34 for Rutland, 29 Springfield, 32 Lebanon, 30 for St. Jay, 29 Morrisville, and 34 right now to kick off our day up towards Newport. Really not a whole lot to show you on Futurecast here for the day ahead. We're going to be talking blue skies and sunshine here through the course of the day today. We head into the night tonight. We're going to start to see a few more clouds out there. I think it's maybe a few clouds kind of filtering that sunshine just a bit here to start off the day tomorrow. Otherwise, though, we head towards later tomorrow. I think a lot of us get a good amount of sunshine going once again into the second half of the day tomorrow. Then the clouds begin to build in and make their return once again Saturday night and into the day Sunday. We wake up Sunday morning, mostly cloudy skies overhead. The one thing I will say about Sunday is really the bulk of the daytime hours on Sunday do look like they should be primarily dry. Notice a few passing rain showers from time to time Sunday, so any afternoon, evening plans Sunday, probably just have that umbrella handy. It's really not until later Sunday evening, Sunday night that the bulk of the rain showers begin to push through the area, continuing into the morning hours here for the day on Monday. So really the bulk of the weekend not looking too bad, especially today and tomorrow. Quite nice out there. Both sunny for today and tomorrow. Temperatures climbing through the 50s, back towards the 60s tomorrow. Then Sunday, definitely very mild as well. For the most part, I think the bulk of the daytime hours on Sunday are spent primarily dry, and then that rain begins to move in later Sunday evening, primarily after sunset. In terms of how much rain we're talking about, I'm going to generally say between a half an inch and potentially upwards of an inch of new rain again in that Sunday to Monday time frame. You couple that with the very mild temperatures that we were talking about, as well as those mild dew points in the 50s that will help to accelerate that snow melt. We could potentially see some minor flooding issues on the latter half of the weekend and into the start of next week. Right now, some rivers could potentially rise into minor to moderate flood stage. That is something that we will be watching closely here through the course of the upcoming weekend and right into the start of next week. First, though, your forecast here through the rest of the day today, really looking to be quite nice out there. Most of us will talk daytime highs in the 50s, mostly sunny skies overhead. Tonight, overnight lows, they'll fall back into the 30s and 40s here come daybreak tomorrow morning. Again, a few clouds potentially starting to fill in tonight, maybe a few clouds kind of filtering that sunshine really to start off the day tomorrow. Otherwise, though, as we head towards tomorrow afternoon, I think a lot of us are back into the 60s. Notice northern portions of the Champlain Valley, the St. Lawrence River Valley, potentially making a run towards that 70-degree mark. So definitely some very mild temps on tap for your day on Saturday, even very mild as we head into your day on Sunday as well. So again, back into the 50s for high temps today, even warmer for Saturday and Sunday. Rain showers beginning to make their arrival as we head towards Sunday into the day on Monday. Again, I still suspect that the bulk of the daytime hours on Sunday are actually spent primarily dry. Sunshine back for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and really, John, those mild temperatures not going anywhere. Still sitting in the 50s and 60s here come midweek next week.
I'm looking at 48 on St. Patrick's Day.
The one cool day.
The one cool day. You know what? Have a green beverage. You'll warm up with that.
The one cooler day. You know what? I should say this for context. It's the one cooler day on the 7-day forecast, but still a few degrees above where we should be for this time of year.
Yeah, and also it's almost 50 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, we're acting like it's gonna be really cold. It's not gonna be that bad.
Our normal high for today in the Burlington area is 40 on the dot.
Wow.
So, just goes to show you we are quite mild here through this 7-day.
I think I think spring's winning so far in this
Spring
tug of war,
is definitely winning, but you know what? It's only March.
Yeah.
We got a long ways
go
to
back.
go.
Yeah.
We could definitely go back, and you know what? We've done it before. This is probably one of those cases where this is a fool's spring, and then
it'll be cold again.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get too comfortable. Anyway, Peter, thank you. Thank you for watching WCAX Extra. Of course, you can see Peter and I just a couple hours, Channel 3 News, at noon.
Yep.
All of our evening shows and our content on
WCAX.com.
And the app, too. Get the app.
Yep.